What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Michael. We're going to be speaking on the Libras for this message. All right, let's see what we got. All right, so the first one is go deeper, right? For my Libras, go deeper. This could be even about your passion, right? Make sure that whatever it is that you guys do, one, you have great intentions behind it, and two, you're putting your all and as much effort as you can possible within that day. Each day is going to make, it's going to bring you closer and closer to your goals, right? So whatever it is that you do, make sure you have great intentions behind it, and also you put as much effort into it each day because it's going to bring you closer and closer to your goal, right? So just keep that in mind. Put as much effort in as possible at that moment, right? It's not about going hardcore or whatever, but it's about you. Like, you specifically, are you giving your most effort, right? So go deeper within it, my Libras. Leave the past behind. Doesn't mean you can't reflect on it, right? Doesn't mean that you can't acknowledge it, remind yourself of it, remind yourself where you come from, so that you can know where you're going, type stuff like that. Because a lot of people, what happens is when you remember where you come from, you kind of have this clear vision of, okay, I don't want to go back that way. I'm going to go this way, and I'm going to make... So it doesn't mean you can't reflect on it and things like that and be reminded of it. But just don't carry it with you to your future, right? Don't do things that you used to do in the past. Like if you used to steal out of a store, right? Back then, that was back in the day, you used to do that stuff. Don't bring that to the future, because your consequences back then was probably like you was a kid, you probably went juvie, or you probably got expelled or whatever, right? You probably got spanks from your parents. So you ain't trying to go that direction and do those habits that you used to do in the future, because then you're going to receive those consequences, and which is going to, in fact, distract you from your goal. You know what I mean? So we don't want that. So leave the past behind in that aspect. For my Libras, what else we got for you guys? All right, next one we have for you guys is expand into wonder, right? Your mind is everything, right? Mentality is everything, right? Pick up a book. I encourage you guys to pick up a book, spiritual books even. Whatever it is that you're trying to gain, one thing about it is having a strong mental state actually helps you perform in your everyday life. A lot of people don't know this, but it encourages you guys to be, it just helps so much. You know what I mean? Like in the mix of me editing these videos, I read, right? And I'm doing a lot more reading than watching TV. And it's helping me out a lot, because it takes some sort of skill to be able to read, first and foremost. If you have the ability to read, I'm not discouraging people that can't read. I'm just saying, you have the ability, you might as well take advantage of it, because there's people that can't read for real. Like, feel me? So we might as well take advantage of it while we have it, right? I never thought that once I graduated high school, like, reading was even important, but it should. Like, you don't have to graduate high school to be able to read either, because, I mean, people that don't graduate, that don't mean that they're not smart, you know what I mean? And it's not about being smart or stupid or whatever. It's just about expanding your mind, you know what I mean? Doing things that's healthy for your mentality, right? If you guys are just watching films, like, be careful for what you watch, be careful what you intake, be careful what you're reading as well, because that's going to alter the way that you think. But it's a matter of just finding books that are going to bring positive results to you, right? It doesn't always have to be positive books, or positive movies or anything like that. But I just encourage you guys to do things that are mind challenging, right? Death, right? So your always could be dying off. I like to read this card that way because I feel like that's more general, right? Whether it be always meaning people, whether it be always meaning your personal situation it used to be, but always going to be dying off as you guys go forward with your journeys, as you guys go forward with your lifestyles. Like I said, I don't know what it is that you guys are into, but what I can say is it pretty much can apply for anybody. If you guys switch up the way that you think, switch up the way that you move, your old ways will soon die off and your new ways will enter your life, right? So always is going to be dying off for you guys, my Libras. What else do we have for the Libras? All right, so next we have is be immutable. Now, this is actually meaning unique. For the longest, after like 4 videos yesterday, I was doing this card. I did not know what it meant. I just researched it before I started today. And it's kind of like being unique. Like, nobody could walk in your shoes type of thing. You have a very unique path that you're going to be going on. To others, it might seem as unsteady, such as these rocks. But you know what you're doing. You have your own skills. You have your own motives. And you keep going with what you're doing, right? Everybody has their own path and their own journey. Nobody's gonna walk in the same light as you. Nobody's gonna breathe the exact same air as you. It is what it is. You know what I mean? It's how we how we move, right? So silence, right? Don't become silent with everything you're doing. Make sure that you're very, very spoken. You know what I mean? If things seem odd to you, don't silence them either. Like, honor those feelings as well that you're feeling. Like, if you know this person or that person is not good to be around, why are you gonna silence that idea? Let's keep real with ourselves and make sure. Look, if you guys notice, it's a time clock, right? You're running out of time, so don't like silence any thoughts. So look, this is how it goes. Anytime you have a negative energy towards a person, don't silence that thought. But if it's a thought that is negatively going to affect your positive results, like if a thought tells you you shouldn't wake up in the morning or you shouldn't do whatever it is because, you know, that thought might bring in negative thoughts in, look into it. Ask yourself, is this really going to bring negative thoughts, or if it's just something that's just going to distract you from, you know, achieving that goal, right? Because sometimes when something's uncomfortable with us, but oftentimes the biggest things that we do, like, is uncomfortable for us. So typically there's the mind challenging things, going back to what I was saying. And what happens is when you challenge the mind's going to go in a comfort zone, right? It's going to go in a comfort zone where it's gonna make it seem like it's wrong to do something, but sometimes you just gotta challenge it a little bit. Like starting in a brand or starting in situation or buying a home, whatever. All of that stuff is gonna seem difficult and, you know, very scary. But there's the things that we sometimes have to make that step, and it actually becomes we become more secure people, right? So just silence any thoughts that are going to distract you, but also don't silence thoughts that you genuinely feel in your heart, like, okay, this is real, you know. These people don't really, you know, mess with me like that. Let me not silence the thoughts of going around these certain people or doing these certain things. It's not going to bring me great output, right? I'll marry you came out for you guys, a symbol of commitment and perseverance. Now, if you're guys in a relationship and, you know, you have a spouse. You're in a relationship. I keep saying spouse or engagement. If you're in a relationship and you have like this feeling of this person, then maybe, you know, you guys will be committed to each other. Also, if you guys found your passion and things like that, they want you guys to be committed to it, right? Make sure you guys are putting in as much time as possible. Time is one of the biggest things because not everybody can give time to an event or things like that. So one thing you do have is time. Effort can, like, if I say work hard, that really can't. It's hard to measure that. You know what I mean? It's hard to say that you was working hard because it depends on you. Like it's like somebody that's in the gym and that's used to lifting 3,000 pounds, and it's just an exaggeration. But I'm just saying they're used to it. Somebody else, that seems like a lot of work, but to them there's nothing. You know what I mean? Or somebody, for an example, that's maybe a science teacher that's used to reading 3 books a day. To somebody that doesn't read, it seems like a lot, but to them it's the normal. You know, so it's just like those type of things. But when it comes down to time, I can say that this person in the gym goes 3 hours and this person that the science teacher spends 6 hours reading. That is factual. That is something that can be measured. That is time. So use your time wisely. Use your time appropriately to commit to these subjects. If you wish to commit to anything, put time in, and you already committed because you're gonna work within that time anyway. So just knowing that you put as much time in as possible, that's all you can give. That's all we really have as humans. All we really have is our time. Choose your intention, right? Your intention is why you doing this in the first place, right? Mind you, let me tell you guys something, and I will say this anytime a video comes out regarding intention, financial stability, whatever, right? You guys are always and can always achieve money in different forms of ways, right? You don't necessarily have to work a certain place to achieve financial growth or financial freedom. Now, you guys have to maybe, if you want to achieve certain amounts, but regardless of the fact of financial growth, benefits, all of that good stuff, you still have to keep in mind that while you're working this specific thing or while you're with a specific person, you still have to keep in mind the actual principles of why you're with them. Because if you don't look at that way, yeah, the rewards could come, but you should enjoy the process. Like, you shouldn't be with somebody for the benefits because then you're going to want the benefits more than the actual person. So when the benefits are not matching out with the energy that you're pursuing to that person, it's gonna seem less of a beneficial thing, right? And then also with jobs, right? Apply with jobs. If you guys are working somewhere where your intentions are not really pure, that money that you're making isn't gonna seem like a lot, you know, because you're gonna start to dislike that job because you're no longer gonna grow passion for it. So just make sure that you keep that in mind. when you're starting something, when you're being with somebody, always have that right intention, always have that right mindset, right? Okay, that's going to finish up the reading for the Libras. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Really do appreciate you guys viewing, checking it out. Go ahead and just do whatever you guys need to do to, you know, work through today. Thank you guys so much. Again, like, share, comment, subscribe. Really does help your channel grow and helps to get out to a lot more people. I will see you guys soon in the next Virgil video. Until next time, see y'all soon.